Iranians and Indians belong to the same group of people, known as the Aryans, from which the name Iran is derived. Eventually, around 3000 BC, they separated. Some drifting to the east, to India, and some to Iran. It was here, near the Aral Sea, where Zarathustra is believed to have been born. Survival was hard for these nomads, who perceived struggle as an essential factor of life. These Indo-Iranians regarded the many elements of nature as gods, and therefore they worshipped such things as fire and water. They made many sacrifices to these gods in order to gain some control over their destinies. However, the terror of marauding barbarians played havoc with their lives. And into this violent world came Zarathustra. According to legend, he was the only child who laughed when he was born instead of crying. The Gathas, comparable to the Psalms in the Judeo-Christian religions, say, "Those who are made to cry have seen mortality as their end, and those who have laughed have seen their own righteousness." This laughter seemed to be the first sign of a divine power watching over the child, Zarathustra. As Zarathustra grew into his late teens, the doubts about his family's religion and their traditions became so totally unacceptable that he decided to look for better answers elsewhere. The radical step of leaving family and home naturally was an emotional upheaval, and perhaps even frightening. But the young man knew that it was necessary. And so, painfully, and with the reluctant blessings of his family, he left in his search for truth. For 10 years, Zarathustra renounced the world he knew. He was determined to pursue his ever-deepening hunger for Asha, the truth. He traveled over the years in this solitary quest, and, as legend has it, he didn't find his answers. Just as it was for the many prophets who came after him, Zarathustra was confronted with many temptations. It was his unique strength and determination that enabled him to stay on his course. Finally, Ahriman, Satan himself, appeared, totally frustrated, and Zarathustra exploded in a fit of anger.
who worship worldly grandeur, who regard the rich and wicked as the great ones of the earth.
I am born of the Spitamas and of the Aryans. I am called Zarathustra. I bring the law of God and the knowledge of his laws. I bring the true worship and devotion of God. I come to announce the judgment of God and to issue warning of the day of God's judgment and man's final